I have to admit, this comparison is utterly unfair because what we're looking at is two different devices that have very different purposes and a completely different price point to add to that, too. I mean, the Akaso Brave 7 LE is about $180. It is an action camera and it is designed for this sort of thing. The Boblov C19, by contrast, is a very affordable body cam. It's only about 70 bucks. And another feature, another sort of aspect that makes this test unfair is the Akaso is actually on a chest mount and has internal stabilization, whereas the Boblov doesn't have anything like that. And that's why it's just clipped to my shirt and it's shaking all over the place. So that's something to keep in mind when you're looking at this footage. One other thing that I really should have probably changed is the Akaso is actually set to 4K at 30 frames per second, whereas the Boblov is just a straight 1080p, 30 frames per second. And again, you definitely do notice that in the footage. Aside of the shakiness, the sky is just bleeding out. It's just white, and there's no blue to it, really. And of course, the shakiness again. In terms of audio, though, I've actually turned off the Boblov's audio because I suspect the microphone is actually better on it. And it just seems to really pick up a lot more sound. So what you hear on the Boblov, and maybe I will turn on briefly so you can hear, is the footsteps and just things clinking. But I don't really talk. I think I say one thing during this little walk, and that was when I was passing a house that's still had a Christmas tree up, which is interesting because it's now March. Anyhow, I hope you found this a little interesting. And like I said, I am going to play a little of the audio from, if I can turn it on, turn it off again. I don't think I can. Well, I could cut. I don't want to do that. So I won't bother with that. Just take my word, the audio from the Boblov is quite loud. Obviously, this was a very short walk. All I really did was walk out to the post box and back, just to send off a letter. And that was the extent of this little trial. But I felt it a good time to just, explore the abilities of these two cameras. And I think in future I probably will again take a look at the Cam Park and the Akaso and just compare them. because I think that would be a much more accurate comparison, and just, sync everything up so they're both doing the same frames per second, and they're both set at the same resolution. Yeah, that would be something to try. I did it once, and then I couldn't remember which one was which. But I think I've found I prefer the Akaso over the Cam Park overall.